Now, historically, this has been seen in the negative. This has been taken in a very bad way. Judas has been seen as an evil one. But now it's time to rescue Judas, among others, from this false perception. And this is very shocking to some of you. But I think the more open-minded you will be, will help us all come to the more accurate truth. And I think that even science in this day and age will be of help, because science needs to verify things according to fact. And we should all accept that the teachings of the churches have not been very much based on fact. They have been based on falseness, false doctrine, and contain so many contradictions that, of course, science does doubt upon it. Science does doubt upon it. But I think right now we're going to examine all these things. We're going to compare the Gospel of Judas to the very common interpretations of the New Testament. This gives us more of a background about Judas, you see. We need a background of Judas. Judas had to do something, see. In the time that Yeshua was alive, he was not well known as he is today, obviously. He's probably one of the most well-known individuals of all time. I mean, there's a handful of beings that have been that influential. And it's interesting to note how small was his influence when he was here on the planet in that first incarnation. Taking those few decades of his life into consideration, and the small part of the world that he inhabited with his disciples. It was a crossroads of the world, yet he wasn't known throughout Europe or Asia or Africa or the Americas. He really wasn't known. And in order to raise the level of influence and raise the level of propagating the message and the mission, it required the unique action of Judas. And this was not an easy task. Well, a reading of the Gospel of Judas will be quite enlightening. It will bring you deeper into the mystery of what actually went on during those times. And you will be more immersed into the mystery of it all. I think it will be enlightening if you are seeking truth, because you need these things to awaken you. And when your spirit is wide awake, you will realize what it's saying. And you will know what actually happened. What is the relationship that Judas has here? And why do people come up to attack Judas in the later days as they form the church? As these people formed the church, they may have needed a scapegoat. And I will say this in closing, that a lot of the Anti-Semitism, which is rooted back in those days, that even comes from the church, this had its opening strategy within the branding of Judas as an evil Jew. Judas even has a name. Yehuda is the Hebrew version of it, the Aramaic version. And that is also what the Jews call themselves, Yehudim, Jews. So it's no wonder that the church has propagated this anti-Semitism through Judas.